For me, this podcast has a simple mission, and it is to act as a bridge between our generations. We talk about life, we talk about culture, music, their successes, their failures, their regrets, and their legacies. So then, moving on, what university did you go? Did you go to university?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So what was the next progression for you education-wise? So after secondary school?
Polytechnic.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Lagos as well?
No. Ondo State Polytechnic.
Oh, okay.
I did architecture there.
You studied architecture?
Yeah, I studied architecture there, and then after that, I did just my ordinary national diploma, and then I went to work with a construction firm. Straight out of poly, you went straight into it? Yeah.
Okay, wow. How old was this? How old were you doing this?
I think I was 18, 20.
Wow. So is that quite early, or is that just what everybody did?
I would say it's normal with Nigeria, but mine was a bit late with a year.
Okay. And so you're working in a construction firm. You studied architecture. Would you say you were independent by this point? You're living by yourself. You know, you're like an adult.
No.
You still live. You live.
I was living with my mom.
Okay.
At this stage, I've already left I've moved because we've jumped it. I've moved away from my father's house to my mom.
Was there an incident?
Yes. there was an incident. A serious one.
Wow.
Yeah. I was arrested.
You were arrested?
Yeah.
What?
My father got me arrested.
What?
Yeah, my dad got me arrested. He threatened he was going to get me arrested, that he doesn't want to see me around this house. And I said, come on, if the police have to arrest me, there must be evidence of
wrongdoing or
something. So I broke the window panes
of his house.
Yeah.
What? So what was the? How did this come about? Yeah. What led to him threatening to get you arrested?
Good. Now, okay. You know the setting in Lagos. Pipe-on water is not. Not every home has it.
Yeah.
And even if you have, you still have to store some in containers.
Yeah.
Because it comes and it goes.
Yeah.
It's epileptic like a NEPA. So we are fortunate enough to have the tap, the running water in the compound.
Okay.
But we still have to store them in our jerry cans and the rest of it. So on this day, it happens that I put some water in the kettle to make pap.
Okay.
And my stepmom reported me to my dad at that time.
Was that something you were not supposed to do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, not that I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to use the kettle.
Okay.
But she said I'm not supposed to use the water in the house because it was her house help.
Right.
That brought the water.
Okay,
so I should have gone to the tap and filled the kettle myself. So, cut the long story short, Daddy asked me to empty all the jerry cans in the house, which were 6 in number. Empty them into the gutter, the floor, and then said, go and refill it and bring the whole 6.
So as a punishment.
As a punishment. We are not the only one living in the compound. It's a house with about, 4 flats?
Right.
I met people also trying to fill their jerry cans because the water came. So I left my 6 jerry cans there, went back into my room to continue with the cleaning I was doing. My stepmom's shop, where she sells provisions and the rest of it, is directly opposite the house.
Okay.
So she can see what is going on in the compound.
Okay.
Instead of her calling me to go and fill the jerry cans that the other families have left the place, she sent someone to my dad that I've refused to fill the jerry cans. And Daddy called me, we went out, and where are the jerry cans? I said, people are filling at the tap and they have all a long queue. So I left it there. I'm just going to fill it when nobody's there. I said, follow me. We went there. No one was there. Just our empty jerry cans. As I lifted up my head, it gave me a dirty slap.
Wow.
And if I turn the other way, he will give it to me. So at the last count, he has given me 12 slaps.
Oh.
Then one man from nowhere came and pushed me away, and my dad just said, you know what, I don't want to see you in my house anymore, blah, 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 blah. Go to your mom. I said, no, this is my father's house. I ain't going to anybody's house. If I see you around my house, I will get you arrested.
What?
So I told him, well, you can, if you have to arrest me, there must be an offense for me to get to the police. So I broke the window pane.
So since you're going to get me arrested, then let me give you a reason to.
Let me give you a reason to. And then he did not even take his car. He walked down to the police station. It's like your house in Erie up to the train station.
That far of a walk?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or even more. He walked down, him and the police, they came. And I was not even dressed properly. I was only having a towel around my waist. And then the policeman is saying, he's taking me to the station. I said, you are joking. Like this, on the streets, barefooted. Mister, I'm going nowhere. I need to go in. Tell him to open the door. I need to go in. And the guy said he was going to slap me. I said, excuse me, you're going to slap me? Wait, let me tell you something. You see, he might have called you here to arrest me, but be warned, if you slap me, this man will make sure you lose your uniform.
Wow.
He will charge you to court for assault. I'm warning you, behave.
What?
Just have it at the back of your mind. Knock that door, tell him to allow me in. So we did that. And at the station...
So you ended up going to the station?
Yeah. They sat me down at the counter, at the desk there after talking to the divisional police officer. Because when I got to the station, he walked straight to the DPO's office, and then they asked me to stay there. I said, excuse me, me to stay here? Where's the accuser? He has gone to another office. No, I'm not staying here. I'm going into that office. And the sergeant on duty wanted to raise his hand. I said, don't try it.
This sounds very dramatic.
My father is still there. It's my father. You will lose your uniform. So the DPO called me in and asked my father to go. So they asked me, I sat down for about 4 hours, and then they asked me to leave.
No charges, no.
No. What are you going to charge me for? I was 13.
13.
For crying out loud. 13.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 13. Was 13 going 14.
Was that a turning point in your relationship with your dad?
Yes, it was.
Because I mean that doesn't sound like a normal thing between a parent and a child. You know, it sounds very traumatic.
It was a turning point. It was a time that turned me into a recluse. I lost everything. My dad was my star. I adored him, and I don't, even my mom, I don't want to have anything to do with my mom. I preferred my dad. Yes, it's harsh. Yes, it's strict. Yes, it's but it was a loving father. It was very loving, honestly. So, well, at that time, as time goes on, becoming a Christian, even before then, becoming a Christian, I just knew I had no other father than him. So I visited him.
How many years were you estranged from each other?
I'll put it at 5-6 years that we didn't visit him. Me and my sister, we didn't visit him at all. We did not.
Wow.
Because, we didn't visit him.
And you moved to your mom's, following that incident, you moved in with your mom?
With my mom. Meanwhile, she was already remarried also.
Oh.
So I was staying with my stepfather's house. So I experienced both sides, how it works.
How I mean, this might be, but how did she feel about having you move in with her?
She had no choice.
Right.
But the incident, the fact that police, I went to her, because I had some cuts on my hand and the rest of it. So when I went to her that weekend, and when she saw me, she dressed up and said, straight, we are going to him. And they fought.
Right. They
fought one another. And I'll tell you, both of them are crazy people. Both of them are crazy people, honestly.
Wow.
Both of them, they could be they are crazy. That's what they are. They fought one another. People from the neighborhood had to come and calm him down and say, look, go and pack your things, we are going.
Wow.
You aren't staying here anymore. It's no longer conducive, which is true. Because the thing is, it wasn't my dad's, it's the fact that my stepmom doesn't want me in the house anymore. At that time,
sure.
It's now time for her to start looking after her own interests, which are my junior ones.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So, because as at that time, she's had 2 other children from my dad.
Okay.
But she's still alive, and I still visit her.
Oh, okay.
Anytime I go down. No.
What about your dad?
Oh, even if he's crawling.
What, he's still alive?
No, he's passed.
Oh.
He passed in 1998.
Oh, wow.
He passed at the age of 88.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's why I said it should be around his early 50s or late 40s.
When he had you?
He had me, yeah.
Wow.
Because I was only 1998. Still in my 30s.
When he passed.
Yeah. So, that's life for you.
That's... That incident sounds really...
Anytime, I can't forget it.
How okay, so now you live with your mom, you're working in a construction firm, you're independent, would you say?
Yeah, I was.
Your relationship with your mom, or you living with your mom, didn't make it feel like you were not yet an adult. You felt like an adult and you lived your own life.
Adult. Back in Nigeria, even if you are living on your own, and your parents are still alive, you are still a child. Anytime you visit them, you are still a child. And when you look at it also, we from my generation, like your mom, we still tend to treat you like that. I gave birth to you, so what are you talking about? I was independent and at the same time not independent, in that they tend to control what time I should get in.
Okay.
They tend to control me, my social life, going out with my guys and getting drunk before coming back home and the rest of it. So Yeah, I was independent, but it's under control.
Right.
Under control.
How did you? I'm trying to follow a logical plane because most people's lives tend to flow in this direction. But tell me if I'm wrong. But so in that phase, is that when you met your wife, or when did you meet your wife? How did you meet your wife?
How did I meet my wife? Okay, working in a construction firm, I tend to set up my own business.
Okay.
I was getting private jobs and doing them on my own. So I had a client who had some properties around their area. At this time, I've moved out of my mom's place.
Okay.
Now I'm living on my own with my cousin.
Okay.
In Abule Jesha. Do you know Abule Jesha?
No.
It's in Lagos.
Okay.
It's behind Abule Jesha. It's behind Yaba College of Technology and very close to University of Lagos. Let me leave.
Those are places that I do know, though. Because I think my parents went to Yaba College of
Technology.
Not because I know the place, but I've heard it come up.
Okay, right. Abule Jesha is right behind it.
Right.
You have College of Technology in the front, Yaba Trade Center there, and then Abule Jesha.
Okay.
To the right is Abule Oja, University of Lagos. So,
I always love when you speak about it, and I can see you visualize. I can see you seeing exactly where it is.
Of course. Don't forget, I grew up in Lagos.
Yeah.
So, and then they live at
your wife's family
at Okokomaiko.
Okay.
Okokomaiko is Lagos now, but in those days used to be outskirts of Lagos.
Okay.
It's on your way to Badagry.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's where they live, and I was supervising a project, a new construction site in that axis. So the mom runs a canteen.
Her mom?
Like her mom.
Okay.
Like a restaurant. Okay. My wife's mom runs like a restaurant. Okay. Let's use this place language.
Yeah.
A restaurant. Yeah. And I used to go there to eat.
Okay.
Yeah. But she was in school. So she came on holiday and she served me. She attended to me and it's like, oh, what a beauty. And she was serving me. She said, oh, what do you want, sir? Oh, wow, for the first time. What do I want, sir? Okay, now.
So that's all it took. She said, sir.
Sir, that's all. That was all. And you know the funniest thing? I had to come back again that same day.
The same day?
Yeah. I reported back again, took a bottle of beer. She didn't notice me, but I noticed her. The following day I came. On the third day, she attended to me again and I called her, excuse me, will you marry me?
Wait. Wait. On the first day of meeting her,
yeah,
you asked if she would marry you.
That's third day now.
On the third day, on the third time of meeting her,
yeah,
you asked if she would marry you.
Yeah, what? Hang on a second. What do I need a woman for?
No, but surely, so you must understand how wild that sounds now. Maybe now it sounds wild, but maybe back then it was normal. But
even now it's not wild. Look, hang on a second.
So on the
wait. Mide, let's call a spade.
Wow.
What do you need a woman in your life for?
I mean, a relationship to...
What are you relating to? I want to marry you, so I want to marry you. It's yes or no.
You know, why this is wild is because it means you must know yourself enough to know that I'm ready to... Well, I think marriage is... I don't know, this is wild for many reasons.
Hang on a second, sir. Don't forget, I grew up in the midst of women.
Right.
Okay, let me wind back. Let me go back. When I started working and I was getting money from work, I became very, very promiscuous.
Okay.
I was out there with women, girls, name it.
Okay.
I was doing all sorts. But one of my sisters called me. She's late now. She called me and said, Abi, I wasn't even that old. I was young, 23, thereabout. He said, Abi, what nonsense is this you are doing? Today we see you with white. Tomorrow we see you with green. Why don't you just pray and have only one person? And I took a word on board. What entered me, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I got to my house and I prayed. I did pray. I prayed and I asked God, I need a wife.
Okay.
And somebody said, sir, and she gave me food. When Abraham sent his servant to go and look for a wife for his son Isaac, what did he say?
I like the correlation, yeah.
He said, any woman that comes here and I ask her to please give me a drink, and she offered to give me a drink and my camels, that would be my master's son's wife.
Yeah.
It happened. And precisely that was the way, and because I have prayed.
So okay. So what did she say?
She said I was crazy.
Oh, I'm glad that somebody else could see
Which man out there?
Yeah.
The one that say, let us go out. The one that say, I want to befriend you. And the one that say, I want to marry you. Tell me which one that is not crazy.
Okay. Your point. I take your point.
There's no man. To be honest, there's no man that is not crazy. You see somebody that is you don't know anything about, and you just walked up to her, and then you say, can we be going out? And then after a while, you now say, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you be my wife?
Yeah.
All I did was to cut
the long story short.
The prelim.
Yeah.
And go straight to the final.
Okay, so man to man, what was your, because you didn't know her at this point. So what was your conviction based on? Why would you have thought then that she was somebody you wanted to spend the rest of your life with?
I took a very, very serious risk.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, even if I had known she's the daughter of her mom, I wouldn't have even said anything to her. Because when I met her mom, I just assumed then, and I said, this is a bad woman.
Oh.
Yeah, because I saw her with some ladies in a restaurant. One of the ladies was pregnant, and she was drinking beer, and at the same time smoking with her friend. And this woman, this elderly woman, was sitting in front of them and talking to them, and they were calling her mommy. So, if they are calling you mommy, and this is your daughter, she's pregnant,
and drinking
and smoking, then you must be a bad woman. That was my assumption. Not knowing they were our neighbors, just calling her mommy out of respect.
Sure.
So, your question that, yes, I took a risk. I don't know her from Adam, but I just wanted somebody that knows how to cook.
That's how low the barrier was. Let's cook.
A woman woman that knows how to cook. Don't forget, I said I did not live with my mom. My mom, I was 5 when my mom and dad separated.
Yeah.
So I don't. Then someone that will relate to me as my mom.
Right.
So he has ticked the first box with the food answer. And then the second box is for me now to study her. Then how am I convinced that I can live with her for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Any time you make a mistake of bringing either a man or a woman to my dad, and my father accepts that person, you can bring another one.
Right.
So that's
So that was a fail-safe.
Yeah.
Once you introduced
once
her.
I introduced her to my dad, I
was
know
it.
no going back, and which I did, and that secured everything. I know I can't change this. Whatever is in it, I have to accept.
I think that mindset is something that isn't, you don't find a lot of that mindset now, because marriage being what it is, that mindset is actually crucial to the health of a marriage, is knowing that this is it and there is no going back and there is nothing can change this decision.
I think mostly here in this part of the world, we water down what is called marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage is not about you. Marriage is a family thing.
Sure.
The day you went there to marry during your engagement, the father of your wife did not just put her hand in your hand. Whom did they give her to?
They give it to your parents, to
Your
my
dad's
parents.
representative.
Yeah.
Because it's not you that is marrying, it's your dad. Yeah. When Bukola was married, I handed her hand to the father-in-law's hand, because it's the one that married. So if anything, that man should defend Bukola, because that's his daughter now, not mine.
Of course.
Biologically, yes, she's mine. And I think my dad must have gone back and have a rethink in his life and say, okay, yes, I've messed up, but with my children,
Let's try and...
I have to at least help them. Does that mean there is no divorcee among my family? Oh, yes. We have. Does it mean everyone in my family has never married 2 husbands or 2 wives? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I have.
Yeah.
It's in my family. They are my family. We cannot rule that out. And when you look at it, whoever that happens to in my family, check them properly. Are they the people that accept my father's doctrine properly?
Of course.